Hello everyone, welcome back to 10-minute recaps. Today we'll be watching episode 9 of our beloved summer. Last episode, after weeks of flirting and self-doubt, Yeon-soo and Choi-young finally kissed. Meanwhile, Sung-Cheol's assistant is interrogating him over why he agreed to do this documentary. She suspects that Sung-Cheol has a crush on Yeon-soo. Everyone involved knows about this except for Yeon-soo and Choi-young. Sung-Cheol doesn't want to answer a question and leaves, but runs into a flustered Yeon-soo, who escaped from Choi-young after their kiss in panic. This accident is the closest Sung-Cheol has ever been to Yeon-soo, and it breaks down every last barrier he has set up. Since he was young, he had been caught in between his friendship with Choi-young and his crush on Yeon-soo. He had tried his best to ignore his feelings for Yeon-soo, even deleting her contact after Choi-young broke up with her. But the recent events have reignited his feelings for her, and now she is running straight into his arms. He can't deny his feelings anymore, and his heart is tearing apart. Yeon-soo still has no idea what she's putting Sung-Cheol through, and when she gets home, all she can think about is that kiss. Once again, they both don't sleep for a second or night, thinking of the other person. Out of the two, Yeon-soo is the lucky one. She only has to deal with mental pain. She spends the whole day at work daydreaming and wondering what the kiss meant. Choi-young, on the other hand, has both mental and physical pain. After dancing in the rain yesterday, he's gotten a bad cold. The worried Dong-gu calls Choi-young's mum over to take care of him. When Yeon-soo finds out about his illness from Dong-gu through Jin-ju, she can't help but worry. Choi-young is really bad at communicating, and everyone only finds out about his illness through Dong-gu. As he lies on his mother's leg like he used to do when he was young, his mum gently tells him that he can tell his parents anything. But Choi-young doesn't want his parents to worry about him. If they know about his insomnia or how sad he's been, they'll be devastated. The next day, Sung-Cheol's boss finds out that Choi-young and Yeon-soo went out alone during a rainstorm, and the ensuing day they didn't film anything. Years of experience tells him there's more to this story, and he gets excited about the potential of this documentary. Behind him, Sung-Cheol is hard at work editing this documentary. His assistant makes a move and invites him to eat lunch together, but Sung-Cheol leaves her on red and instead starts texting Yeon-soo. Yeon-soo got excited, thinking the message was from Choi-young, but when she realised that it was Sung-Cheol, she in turn left him on red. Sung-Cheol waited ages but never received a reply from Yeon-soo. Now he knows how his assistant feels. After work, he runs into his mum at home. She's moving in for a while and trying to repair their fractured relationship, but Sung-Cheol isn't having any of it. For some reason, he hates her. Over with Choi-young's parents, they're worried sick. His mum had found bottles of insomnia pills, and like Choi-young worried, they were super concerned. At home, Choi-young has no idea his secret's been found out, and is busy flicking through some old paintings. One in particular draws his attention. Meanwhile, Yeon-soo is over at Jin-ju's bar, showing her latest developments with her friend. She ran away from Choi-young because she was worried that Choi-young would say their kiss was just a mistake, and she can't face having her heart broken a second time. In the last few weeks, she's come to the realization that she can't put Choi-young down, and that she still loves him and wants to get back together with him. Both Yeon-soo and Choi-young love the other and want to get back together, but their lack of communication has just stopped them from doing this. Choi-young finally summons the courage to call Yeon-soo and talk everything out when he hears furious banging on his door. It's a completely drunk Yeon-soo, who charges in and starts berating Choi-young. He used to be so sweet, but now he's a playboy who'll hold her hand, kiss her, and toy with her feelings before acting as if nothing happened the next day. She ignores him and demands a clear answer from Choi-young as to what he wants. Choi-young sits down and awkwardly gives his reply. He refuses to say that their kiss was a mistake, but he also refuses to date Yeon-soo again. He just wants to be friends. Yeon-soo can't believe she's been friend-zoned and is heartbroken. She's always stubborn and agrees to be friends with Choi-young rather than refusing his proposal. But Choi-young's idea of a friend is very different to Yeon-soo's idea. She refuses to leave, saying that friends have sleepovers and she wants a friend, Choi-young, to bring her a friendly blanket. It's only when she's with Choi-young that Yeon-soo acts so childishly. By the time Choi-young comes back, Yeon-soo is fast asleep. He gently tucks her in and stares at his beautiful friend. It's tough to see what he's thinking. It's clear that he doesn't want to be friends by how careful he is to not wake Yeon-soo up when Sung-Cheol calls her. Once again, Choi-young has insomnia and he works through the night. When he comes to the living room in the morning, Yeon-soo is nowhere to be seen and he thinks that she's left already. But all of a sudden, she wanders out of his shower dressed in his clothes. Apparently, friends share clothes all the time and she's going to spend the day off with her friend. Choi-young's plan has clearly backfired. For some reason, Yeon-soo's idea of spending a day with Choi-young is Choi-young sleeping after he was awake all night. He goes back to his bedroom, deep in thought before he falls asleep quickly. NJ has just arrived back in Seoul after a hard day of work and she's super excited. She's managed to get a day off tomorrow and she wants to spend it with Choi-young. She wants to call him to confirm their date, but when she remembers his insomnia, she decides to not call him and wake him up. When Choi-young wakes up, he's shocked to see Yeon-soo has searched all through his house and she's wearing an old t-shirt that they bought when they dated. Yeon-soo's delighted that her friend kept the shirt for so long, making Choi-young super awkward. Dong-gu calls Choi-young, reminding him that he's got an interview in the afternoon. Choi-young pretends that he's still sick and secretly tells Dong-gu to rearrange the interview. Sung-Cheol gets a pleasant surprise at work. NJ wants to participate in Choi-young's documentary as a friend. This will be great for the popularity of the documentary, and he's delighted even though he has no idea when they got so close. NJ finally calls Choi-young to tell him about her participation in the documentary, but it gets seen by Yeon-soo, who asks Choi-young whether he's dating NJ. Instead of answering directly, Choi-young asks Yeon-soo why she spent so much time with Sung-Cheol before. Again, their lack of communication is creating problems in their relationship. Conversely, too much communication can also ruin relationships. Sung-Cheol takes his assistant out to dinner and admits that he likes Yeon-soo, crushing her hopes. At home, the nosy Yeon-soo picks up Choi-young's phone and finds out that he rearranged his calendar just so he could spend the whole day with her. She's so confused by what he actually wants from her. When Choi-young comes out of the shower, Yeon-soo is missing again. This time, she's going through the old paintings that made Choi-young sad before. Choi-young is furious that she's going through his private things, but Yeon-soo just tells him that she knows he's got a plot that he's refusing to tell her, and that since he won't tell her, she can only find clues by going through his things. And she decides to rob Choi-young of one of his paintings. It's a painting of the park where they split up for the 4th time. Choi-young claims that he's put Yeon-soo down, but everything from his clothes to his paintings tells the world that it's a lie. The doorbell rings and Yeon-soo assumes that it's their food delivery. She rushes to open the door, but instead it's a shocked Sung-Cheol. How do you think Sung-Cheol will react? Do you think Choi-young and Yeon-soo will remain friends? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.